Okay, I am not muted. This is good. Good morning, everyone. So you see on the screen now our little Ujjayi Pranayama screen share. That is, we're giving you a gift and it's going to be beautiful. David is a wonderful flower grower. David and Robbie are amazing gardeners and they're really into flowers. And David also is a photographer. So we've built this beautiful little soundtrack of my Ujjayi breath with photographs of David's flowers, just switching in the contracting and releasing and opening and closing of the breath. And that's what you will see. So with the next link that we send you, put it somewhere safe and use it all the time. It's an Ujjayi soundtrack for you to use, and you can use it with serenity breath. You could use it with power breath. You can use it with your alternate body breaths because it's just the basic soundtrack of me breathing. So thank you, David, for that. And also here, you can see I've got a nice little cushion that I made for the bell, and there's a new mallet for that bell. So for those of you that are, practicing every day and remembering to record it, and I said it was a daily practice, right? This week I'd like to open it up and allow you to do 2 practices in a day so that you can catch up. You need 48 practices in order to be in that draw. And what we'll do looking forward is that the class will end and then there's still a whole week of practice to go. But for anybody that is the believers, the ones that have stayed with us all the way along in this practice period, you then will join one final practice, and that's where we'll do the draw, and also where we'll share a few stories about the intensity of breath or the learning that's happened along the way. So don't lose track, stay with me, keep it up, and I look forward to that last class. It's going to be a thrill. All right, today, I'm going to jump right into review, and you know the way that goes, right? You just follow me. So let's start just by calming the body, finding a seated or kneeling posture, bringing the palms down on the thighs or the knees. One breath to drop the weight. Close the eyes. Relax the inside corners of the eyes back. Relax the outside corners of the eyes wide, soft, wide. Drop the shoulders. Lift the chest. And begin to find the sound of Ujjayi breath. Finding that sound for yourself. Remember, my mic is really, it picks up, so you can really hear me strongly. It doesn't have to be a strong sound. It's soft. It's quiet. It's calm. The sound comes from the throat. The sound is low. And just 1 or 2 more Ujjayi breaths as you are, of feeling awareness of the breath. Good, and change. Come onto your back now and lay with your feet flat on the floor, your palms on the belly. Lift the right leg up, and if you can reach the back of the thigh, excellent. If you can reach a little higher back of the knee, or to the back of the calf. Take an inhale breath and exhale where you are. Now a 3-part inhale. Inhale, inhale, inhale. And as you exhale, relax through the body, down, down to the earth, down, down, down. And inhale 3 parts. And as you exhale, also feel an ascending energy up through the leg and through the spine as you relax down. And one more time with the opposite leg extended along the floor. Let's have a 3-part breath. And as you exhale, energy rising up through the leg and riding along a river through your spine, out through the crown of the head. And change to knee down twist. Many of you know this little routine that I call the finishing poses. The knee down twist, without missing a beat now. Inhale 3 times. And as you exhale, falling down, dropping down, laying down. Breath. 3-part inhale. Adding to that dropping down, feeling the energy rising, like a little river of energy moving through the body, out the arm, out through the crown of the head, out through the legs. And last time, 3-part inhale. Good, and change, roll right over onto your left side and take a hold of the right ankle. And if you can come onto your back for the quad stretch, then do. And if you need to stay on your side, that's fine too. Take a 3-part inhale here. 1, 2, 3. And as you exhale, gravity dropping through the body, feeling where you can, feel down, relax down. Followed by your 3-part inhale. Now, if you're on your back for this one, it's so easy to feel downward flow on the exhale because gravity moves through you, but try to feel a little line of energy rising, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Release out of the quad stretch and come onto your back if you're on your side. Put the right ankle on the left knee, and let's do the glute now. This is the area we're stretching. We're taking a 3-part inhale. And as you exhale, apply Mula Bandha and a slight Uddiyana and feel energy rising through the spine as you relax down. Same again. Exhale, squeeze the urinary muscles, pull the belly in and slightly up. Relax the muscles down. One more time. Find some feeling awareness of that exhale breath being relaxing and kind of thrilling at the same time. It's a little streak of energy. And then release the body out into your Shavasana position and just hang there. When we do the same exercises on the other side, we're going to apply the power breath instead of the serenity breath. So just know that's where we're going. We're going to divide the exhale breath into 4. And each time you exhale, you re-establish the contraction of Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha in service of feeling the active stretch. So let's try. You can bend your right knee and extend the left leg up for the first one. Feel your hands on the body somewhere. Take an inhale breath. 4-part exhale and exhale and exhale, exhale, pausing. Inhale, perhaps the stretch deepens. Exhale, squeeze the urinary muscles. Exhale, urinary muscles lift. Exhale, belly back and up. Exhale, all the air out. Inhale, deepen the stretch. Lengthen the other leg down. And again. Breathing in. And change knee down twist. Fold the knee over the body. Drop into the hip crease. That's the gravity. That's the softening. This other arm extended way out to the side with the head turned to the opposite side of the knee. Breathing in. Exhale 4 times. Small, tiny little breaths. Tiny little press. Push all the air out. And a beautiful inhale breath. The whole body washed. Again, squeeze the urinary muscles. Hold the belly in. Reestablish Mula and Uddiyana. Last exhale breath with a little pause at the top. And inhale. And this last time that you do it, almost imagine that you're doing a little crunch, a little sit up. So try it on your own. As you exhale, just picture a little crunch and another little sit up and another little, and the last one. And then as you inhale, really feel the head falling to that side, that big inhale breath, really opening that whole left side of the lung. Good, and change. Here we come into the quad stretch. I'll show it to you on the side. Inhale. As you exhale and squeeze the urinary muscles and pull the belly in, it should almost make you feel like you're kicking the leg out, right? Keep doing it, doing it. There's your 4. Inhale should allow you to deepen the stretch and lower the knee. Exhale, squeeze the urinary muscles, pull the belly in. Squeeze the urinary muscles, pull the belly in. Pull the belly in and up. Pull the belly in and up. And inhale, deepen the stretch by moving the knee back and down. I'll show the last one on the back. As you exhale and apply Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha, it should almost feel like you're kicking your foot into the floor. This is the pattern we're building. It's like you're just doing what we're calling hypertonics very naturally by just applying the bandhas, which then increases the stretch on the inhale breath. And change. You're in the glute stretch. Same idea when you apply the bandhas. It's as if you're making a little contraction in the body, 4 times contracting, so that when you inhale, you can pull the legs in a little deeper. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze the urinary muscles. Exhale again, urinary muscles, belly. Exhale, belly flat onto the floor. Last one, flat onto the floor and lift. Inhale, relax the belly. Pull the legs in. Again, squeeze. Exhale, squeeze. Exhale. Exhale. Inhale, deepen the stretch. You got it. One more time. Exhale, go. And go. And go. Last exhale. Inhale your last deepening. And then release the legs out. Feel the body relaxing. Shavasana, we're building a pattern of relaxation. Anytime you're in this place, go right to the full release of Shavasana. Now this next exercise is using Kapalabhati. And if you have something close by that you can put underneath your head, do so. So something like that. What it is using Kapalabhati from right to left. As you slide across, it's like an eraser. It's like just sliding across and erasing everything in the mind. So start with your head, roll to the right side, and a very gentle Kapalabhati. Now you keep going, and as you're doing it, you're just turning the head over to the left. Relax. As you breathe in, roll the head back. Now hang there for an exhale breath. And we'll do it again. We're just wiping the slate clean with Kapalabhati, ready, and breathe in, roll the head to the right side. Exhale there. One more, 3 times is what I do. It works every time. It's like a charm, some kind of a break in the circle of thought patterns that might have a hold of you. I get songs stuck in my head. I use this method to erase. Ready, and one more inhale breath, head to the right side. Head to center as you exhale. Pattern in the calm. That means appreciate the clear glass of the mind, the window clean. Then roll to one side and come up to a seated posture. Take that cushion that you were using underneath your head, if you have it, and put it underneath your tail. And let's do the last 2 breathing exercises. Alternate body, breath, ready, and inhale, draw the hands up through center. And now to one side, and as you do that, just to stroke down that arm, very gentle, breathing in center. Exhale, releasing off to that side. Beautiful. Yeah, nice, you guys. Cool. This time as you come up, leave one hand at the heart chakra and pull the other hand right up to the throat. Now those are 2 really strong feeling places when they're not blocked. Let's just unblock them. Let's just feel the energy rising. Here and here. And then releasing to that whole side of the body, front and back, the whole side of the body, saturated with sensation. Now we add a feeling temperature of coolness. And warmth now, adding the feeling sensation of warmth. A cool stream of air coming up through the center channel of the spine. Heart and throat, and releasing front and back, whole side of the body. Good. Inhale through center. Now here comes a very gentle transition to alternate nostril breathing. We start just by getting the pattern. That's the side that we're exhaling on. Now as you inhale, you're going to feel that same side breathing in. Exhaling on the other side, energy will follow the breath. Energy follows the hands quite beautifully. As you inhale, even see your hands. And see your hands coming through the center line and in the peripheral vision, or actually looking to them. Good, now inhale on that side. And now let's bring the hands onto the nose, and just a gentle feeling of closing that nostril. So it's not that different, but now you've closed the septum. And as we do this, we're starting to lose the ujjayi, okay? We're starting to feel more thin, more refined. And the next time you come up, changing the mudra so that we're just using the one hand. You're exhaling, so exhaling left, inhaling left. Exhaling right, inhaling right. Now keep going. You're exhaling on your left side. Your chest is very lifted and the chin is in Jalandhara Bandha. As you inhale through that side, start to feel that really quiet, silent breath channeled now very strongly through the powerful but subtle channels of the nostrils. So off you go to your right side. Finding your own pace now for the last couple. So inhaling one nostril, exhaling to the other side when it's good. A natural flow coming in from that side with the chest lifted. And to the other side, you're exhaling using your hands, using this mudra. And for the last one or two, depending on how you go, feel a little bit like you can decide how much pressure to put on the finger that's touching the septum, that's closing the nostril. You can go halfway, you can go all the way. You're controlling how much and where the energy is going with your mudra. And therefore, ujjayi does not have to do that. Good. And release. Excellent. So the reviews are really important because it's a way of feeling what we're doing and reminding us that we're building patterns. And as we build up our own pattern, you build it up with me, you build it up on your own, and then you're completely on your own, right? You can make this absolutely your own practice in every way, and you can ask your own teachers about why would she do it this way, and why do you teach it that way, and because there's all kinds of different approaches to these practices, right? And they don't all just come from India. But we are in a pranayama practice period, pranayama being one of the 8 limbs of yoga. So we know we're kind of firmly fixed in the yogic tradition. And we also have the encouragement from me to make it your own. And how do you make it your own? You have to practice every day. If you don't practice every day, it's kind of like just borrowing from a tradition and kind of appropriating what you want and then maybe spitting it out as you're teaching it. Even when you practice every day, then you just, by the nature of doing it, you're honoring your teachers and you're honoring lines and lineages, and you can be sure that that's what I do. So you can, just a little bit ride on the coattails of my honoring my teachers and knowing that I don't want to appropriate anything. Everything that I say should be said with a preface of, according to my understanding of yoga or Ayurveda, because it's only through my filters, right? But then I always look back to my teachers and try to be really true to what I've learned, and also take it in a direction that I haven't learned. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do. So this week we're studying something called Kumbhaka. And again, we're getting more subtle. You're ready for this. You're definitely ready for it. But I want to also warn you not to take it too far, because as soon as we start to do Kumbhaka, that means holding the breath, right? And holding the breath at the top of the inhale can be not so good for people with high blood pressure. Holding the breath at the bottom of the exhale can be not so good for people with low blood pressure. Both holdings, either one, suspension is the top of the inhale, retention at the bottom of the exhale, should be only practiced to your ability. And if you're in the Iyengar tradition, David and I were speaking about this morning. There's just the cool thing about Iyengar is that in that line, they have seen thousands and thousands and thousands of people, and Mr. Iyengar, he was like the original yoga therapist. So for him, being a genius in that regard and seeing the effect of so many students, it's really good to heed his warnings. And the warnings are there. Do not take this too far. Lay down. Do the whole thing. Maybe do my whole practice laying down. But let me just explain to you a little bit of what we're doing. So this week I was practicing in the cold, in the dark, in the morning, and I turned on my heating pad that I lay on to warm up this part of my back. And I was laying there thinking, oh man, do I ever like this? I love the heat. I love the heat. But the thing was, the heating pad wasn't plugged in. It was turned on, but it wasn't plugged in. So what was that? What was that feedback loop that told me that the heating pad was heating up so beautifully when it was actually turned off? And as soon as I realized it was not plugged in, it was cold. Everything works in a feedback system, and it's interesting because what we generally do is not believe it or not use it to our benefit. So a lot of times when we have, say, a text message from somebody or something that's not clear, we usually go to the negative, like, oh, did she mean that? Or did I mean, did she think that I meant that when I sent that? Or if somebody walks into the room and there's a lot of people already in the room, what we generally do is, in less than a blink of an eye, and half of the time to blink an eye, you've already registered all the negative in the room. That's how quickly our mind works. And it registers panic and fear and negative. And what we're doing in yoga is trying to pattern in and make ourselves register in less than half the speed of a blink of an eye things that we can that are positive. And one of the things that we can do in the body is register heat and make the body warm. And we can do this in Kumbhaka. And we do this in the exhale breath by retaining at the end of the exhale breath. And I like to think of it as heating the honey jar. So, you know, when honey is cold, it's hardened and crystallized. And that's kind of like our body. When our bodies are cold, they're just crystallized. They don't move very well. So as soon as we do a little bit of work of breath retention, it's accessing all this incredible energy that is in this area of the body. And you just light the whole thing up. And memory is cool. If you can remember every single shavasana that you've ever done as a building of your calm, it's like putting fabric into a dye bath and it comes out a deeper shade every time you dip it in. And then you dye it again and it's a deeper shade and it's a deeper shade. Well, now we've got this very deep shade of calm that we access when we're not calm. So we can do the same thing with heat. We can do the same thing with memory. We can, there's three things that I like to do with Kumbhaka, with retention and the top of the inhale suspension. One of them I call reorganizing the room. So I went to a healer once, Adam the Dream Healer. Have you ever heard of him? It was a remarkable kid. He was only, I think, 18 when I went to him, and I went to him for fibromyalgia. But I was in a room of, you know, like hundreds and hundreds of people. People came in their wheelchairs and their hospital beds, and because he could heal people. And I've always been really, you know, kind of fascinated. Like, what is that? Well, one of the things he did, first of all the curtains had to be drawn, and there could be very few electrical circuits open because he was really susceptible to energy. But once he had us all in our seated places and wheelchairs and everything, and he came to the front of the room, the first thing he did was reorganize the room. He was like, would you mind trading places with that person? And you two have to switch. And because one of the ways that he does his healing is by reorganizing the energy field of the whole room. Like his effort was to heal everybody that came there. It was quite remarkable actually seeing him do it, because they ask you to close your eyes, but of course my eyes were wide open and I was watching it. It was like he was a live pinball machine when he went into this trance, this healing trance of reorganizing the room. So that's what I do on the top of the inhale. When I have, just try it with me, whichever shape you're in, just go for a little bit of a side bend and take your inhale breath. And at the top of the inhale, just for a brief moment, reorganize the room. Good, try it to the other side, breathing in. Good, try it again to this side. Breathing in, and before you breathe out, just shift, just reorganize energy of the body until you plug in. Good, try it to the other side, breathing in. At the top of the inhale. Good, so it's a concept, right? Concepts don't really work when they're taught, they work when they're practiced. The idea that you can inhale and for a brief moment suspended, you can focus in and feel a slight change. Where do I need to be? Oh, Lula. Oh, no, in and up, right. And then when the exhale comes, you're ready for it. Now the bottom of the exhale is really beautiful because it takes the power of the intention, of the direction, of the line of energy, wherever it is, and it sharpens it. So try with me, just just this. We're gonna point towards one another, and we're gonna do it on an exhale. So take your inhale breath and exhale, and as you exhale, point towards me, and about halfway out of the exhale, stop breathing and come closer, point closer, point, touch. Good. Let's try it with your left hand being in the position of receiving. All right, so all you're going to do is reach your left hand towards me. And halfway through the exhale breath, you're going to stop the exhale breath. And you're just going to feel really intensely the receiving of that left hand. And I'm going to use my right hand to do the same thing. And we're going to see if we can kind of have that feeling. All right, so take your inhale breath. Reach out to me with your left hand, and I'm reaching towards you with my right. Halfway through, stop the breath and keep feeling. Nice. Let's try the other way around. I'm going to receive, and all y'all are going to send energy towards me with your right hand, right? The giving hand, receiving, giving, receiving. Remember, gesture of no fear. Okay, inhale. Exhale. Good, awesome. Let's do something a little easier than that. That might have weirded some of you out. Let's try it really just with your shoulder. Lift your shoulder up and breathe in. Now, as you exhale, exhale only halfway and start to drop the shoulder. And at the end of your half exhale, just keep the shoulder going down. Good, let's try it again. Remember, what we're doing is on that exhale breath, say 3/4 of the exhale is out. The direction, the intention of the exhale is to drop your shoulder. When the breath is finished, the shoulder will keep dropping. In fact, it will drop so wildly focused and sharp, not because of the exhale breath, but because of this sharpening of your focus at the end of the exhale breath. Try the same shoulder again. Breathing in, lift. Breathing out, drop the shoulder halfway. Breath stops, body keeps going. Other side, inhale up. Exhale, drop the shoulder down. Breath stops, body keeps going. Cool. Now, remember on the exhale breath, the action of the belly in and up. Uddiyana Bandha is like you take your belly and you bring it back here. You bring the belly in and up. So we're going to do it laying down, like, well, let's try it sitting up first. So the intention of the exhale breath with the belly in and up is to send energy up. But we've got this same thing that we're going to do with both shoulders while we're going exhale, and when 3/4 of the breath is out, you're going to hold your breath and you're going to watch the energy of the shoulders dropping down as the energy is rising up. All right, take your inhale breath, lift your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale and drop the shoulders down and drop the shoulders down and drop the shoulders down, and stop breathing and the shoulders keep going down and the belly lifts up. One more time. Breathing in. Exhale, shoulders dropping down. Halfway breath. Stop, shoulders keep dropping, belly keeps lifting. Good. Now let's try that same thing laying down, and maybe we'll try to make the exhale breath do 2 or 3 kind of pumps with the exhale breath. So when you stopped exhaling, I'm going to say belly in and up, belly in and up, belly in and up as you're laying down. Find your position. Now, even without the breath first, let's just remember that the belly is pressing down way back here. That's the action of the belly, is to really feel the floor now. So take your inhale breath. Exhale, belly down and up. Belly down and up. Release. Belly down and up. Breathe in. Good. And just one more warning, like if you, 2 is good, or maybe only 1 is good, if you've got some blood pressure issues. But if you're with me on this and you're feeling okay, it's 3 times of this kind of action, release, action, release, action, release. And on that 3rd time, could you try to light the fire, like ignite? Like you've been blowing on the fire and suddenly it takes and all the flames kind of shoot up, and this part of your back where I had my heating pad, where I love it to be warm, that's where we're going for heat. Okay, so take your inhale breath. Exhale somewhere about 75% out. Uddiyana, Uddiyana, Uddiyana. Release, breathe in. Any hardening in the neck or weirdness in the eyes, or like the slight indication that you're getting a headache, then you're done, right? So you're done and you're just doing it, you're just thinking it. You're no longer doing it, you're just kind of marking it to remember for practicing later. Let's try one more. Exhale, 1/2 to 3/4. Uddiyana Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Breathe in. Good. And change. Come back to a seated posture. So this is working towards something that we'll do next week. After Kapalabhati breathing, we'll be doing something called fire wash, where you're actually pushing the belly out and in as you hold the breath. So we're working towards that, but there's also something called, I can't remember what it's called all of a sudden, but where you circle the whole, you make the whole back concave and you circle it around like that, just with the belly. And you do that on the exhale breath too. So those are some of the things that we're working towards. So that's heating the honey jar. There's the intention of organizing the room. We'll practice this in a little minute when I give you your practice. At the top of the inhale, you have this brief chance to reorganize the energy before the exhale comes. At the bottom of the exhale, and all the air is out, there's this feeling of the line of energy continuing. So we've got continuing the line, we've got organizing the room. Now we're going to do something that's called throwing the energy. And this you would recognize from my class. So when I say inhale, open like this, and when the inhale is done and the body keeps moving, it does that. And then exhale and you move so slowly that at the end of the exhale's done, especially if you're only doing 75%, and the hands keep moving back to here. So it's a soft throw of the energy. But you know those gymnasts that, rhythmic gymnasts that have the ribbons that they throw out? And as you throw the ribbon, it carries on. It carries on a line of energy. So that's what we're doing at the top of the inhale, is we're opening a little bit more, and then at the bottom of the exhale, we have this brief chance to feel what it's like to move through quiet. So this slow motion, throwing the energy, gathering the energy, and when you gather it here at the end of the exhale, you're throwing it right into the honey jar of the heart. You're gathering the chi and storing it, right? Otherwise, it's just all willy-nilly all over the place. No, we're out there, we're gathering prana, and we're tossing it right in there. So try with me, breath body link, heart opening breath body link. Ready? And breathing in. There's the top of the inhale, and the body keeps moving. Exhale, squeezing your inner muscles, pulling the belly in and up, and the hands come in and drop. Inhale. Nice. Exhale. One more, breathing in. Right? So many of you have been doing my class for 20, 30 years, and this is so normal for you, but it's never been explained as Kumbhaka because it's just organic, right? It's the inhale gives rise to the spring breath, gives rise to summer, gives rise to the autumn breath, the exhale, gives rise to the pause at the bottom of the exhale. And it's this beautiful circle of breath that includes the pause at the top and the pause at the bottom. Philosophically, these are really important things, and everybody approaches them different. David and I were talking about it this morning. We have this chance every week to get on, an hour before you guys and talk about our practice and compare and contrast notes. But I mean, philosophically, from where I stand, inhale is body, is form. The pause at the top of the inhale is emptiness, is potential, is everything. So you merge with that everything, and then you come back to exhale. Oh yeah, right, body, form, beautiful, lucky us, we're living, nice. And then at the bottom of the exhale, again, it's this dying, this chance to, oh, right, we're everything else besides us. Form is emptiness, emptiness form in the language of Zen Buddhism. Emptiness is emptiness, form is form. And then there's also this, they're both. Okay, so back to, thank you, Suharto. Back to the body, and what we're doing here is we're working with intention and flow and sensation and focus and concentration and experimenting with it. When we do our cat rolling now, I want you to feel that the inhale breath allows for you to feel the top of the head reaching up and back, almost as though you're circling to the tailbone. The tailbone tucks on the cat and allows you to feel this circle of crown of the head to the tailbone. Try it with me. Breathing in. Throw the top of the head towards the tailbone. Exhale. Exhale ends, body keeps moving. Breathing in. Lines of energy beyond the body. Exhale, tailbone tucks, belly pulls up. Breath ends, body keeps moving through that stillness. Good, and change. Okay, nice. So we're going to do the practice in a minute. We don't have a separate practice for you this week, so we'll have to just stop the recording and do it that way. But before we do that, just remember it's organic. So wherever you are is fine. Wherever you are is perfect. You're getting used to this idea of breathing in, having a slight retention. We'll practice just the inhale and that stopping at the top. We'll practice stopping at the bottom of the exhale. And usually about 75% of the breath out allows for you to have some time to feel that. If you exhale all the air out, you're going to be panicking for the inhale breath. What happens with the body is that there's sort of a buildup of carbon dioxide. So quite naturally, when you take your inhale breath, it's going to increase the usage of the oxygen, the availability of the oxygen, the pliability of those breathing spaces that are exchanging the gases. So this is all very good for the body, but we don't want to push it. And you want it to just be this process that happens quite naturally. So we'll stop this practice and start our next practice.